Hello and welcome to CX Today. My name is Charlie and I'm bringing you our latest in our CX Trends video series. And for this, I'm delighted to be joined by Rebecca Achariyakosol, the Executive Director of Global Product Services for Strategy, Portfolio and Product Management at Lenovo. Rebecca, it's great to have you join us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you. A little stormy here, but other than that, we're doing great here in Austin.
Absolutely, and well, it's great as well to have you on the platform. I must say, and I'm very excited to talk to you about everything customer support and self-service today. But to kind of kick us off, I was wondering if you could maybe tell us a little bit about your Lenovo Premier Support proposition and the role that you've played in putting that support proposition together.
Sure. So Lenovo Premier Support is our, as the title says, premier offering or our higher level offering for support for our customers. And the value proposition is that, nobody knows our equipment better than us. So if you call in, if you have a problem, which is never a fun experience for anyone, we're hopefully going to make it the best experience ever. So you get Lenovo engineers who are going to answer the phone, who know our products, who are going to be able to spend and dedicate that personalized time to you, who will answer the phone and help diagnose and solve your issue. We provide next business day parts on site, so you don't need to go anywhere. We'll show up. And we also prioritize you. So, once upon a time, there was this thing called the pandemic where we were all short on supply of everything, and this was extremely important during that time. So we would prioritize those customers to make sure that they got those parts and service, first. So that really is the value proposition. It's the best support experience you can get if you are unfortunately having an incident. And the role, Premier, I can talk quite a bit about the Premier experience here at Lenovo, but I joined in 2017 and Lenovo was really starting their services journey then. And so Premier was the first product that we kind of picked up and said, this is the product we're going to go big with. So there was a Premier or a Premier-like type offering in some of the countries, but definitely not a global standard, which isn't great for your large corporations, et cetera. So that was the first offering with my very small team that we started with to pick up and say, we're going to go big. So we launched that in 2018 in over 100 countries. And the main reason we picked that product was we knew it would do a few things for us. So first of all, it was going to provide our customers with an experience that they would be delighted with. And of course, that is first and foremost, our goal in life is to make sure our customers are very happy. Second of all, it was going to give us, the opportunity to get our name out there and really not just with the customers, right? Because we were new into this game, but our sales organization. So it's a relatively easy value proposition. And with anything in a company, a sales transformation is a part of changing company culture. And then third, it was going to provide us with the ability to make some money, right? So as a growing organization, you need to be able to fund all of the other great products we wanted to bring out to our customers. And we knew that would be the way to get started. So that's kind of the Premier story.
Yeah, that was a really great overview, actually. So thanks. And it still blows my mind that you can get engineers on the phones, but talk to customers. But yeah, I think it would also be great to kind of hear about the next evolution of your Premier Support proposition. And that's your Lenovo Premier Support Plus, which delivers more proactive and predictive support. Could you maybe share a little bit more on how it does so?
Sure, of course. So, the next level or the next kind of evolution of Premier was, how can we really provide even better service to our customers? So that product was designed really thinking about anything and everything a customer could want from a support experience. It has a number of different products that are kind of bundled together into that one single product. So it has that Premier offering, which we already talked about. It has accidental damage. It's got battery, replacement. It has, you get to keep your drive. If you're traveling internationally, you're covered. I mean, really just anything and everything, no matter what happens, no matter where you're at, we've got your back, right? Like we're going to give you the best support experience ever. The predictive proactive was a really important piece for us to include for a couple of reasons. I mean, first, we knew that it would give a great customer experience to our customers, which I'll talk a little bit about. But second of all, it was going to also, provide us that entryway into AI, which all of us knew was coming, right? So it is AI. It is a, learning platform that does learn and get better. It was a joint, when we launched that actual product, because there is a standalone Lenovo device intelligence product. When we launched that, it was a joint effort between the services organization, my team, and our software development team, right? So it's internally developed. It is our people that have developed it. Nobody, again, like I said, knows our products like we do. And so it's these software development engineers that put this product together. And what it does is it takes a lot of different information and generates that into the ability to predict failure rates or predict things that are going to give you issues or slowdowns. So, for example, we have a greater than 90% prediction rate on software issues that will cause you with slowdowns, et cetera. Like everybody's experienced that. Why is my computer not doing what I just asked it to do, right? Frustration. So that, along with failures are all things that the LDI or Lenovo Device Intelligence Platform is able to predict and give you resolutions for how to solve those issues. So that's really what it is. It takes all kinds of inputs from the actual systems. We've got obviously lots and lots and lots of computers out there. We are the #1 PC manufacturer in the world. And so it can take all of that data and learning about different failures, the trends and things that we're seeing, all of that, and put it into work for our customers to, again, we have Premier. If you do have a problem, we're going to be there and you're going to have the best support ever. But wouldn't it be much better if you just don't have to have that problem, or we can fix it before you're down? Because nothing's worse than waking up in the morning and being unable to function. We all depend on our technology.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think that actually marks a very an interesting kind of step forwards in terms of not just thinking about proactive customer service, but preemptive customer service too. And it's what really strikes me from this story is just kind of how everyone at Lenovo is kind of collaborating to support the customer, because so often you have like such silos between your business departments, but yeah, everybody kind of seems to see the greater good in this. And I think that's maybe testament to the kind of premier support propositions that you've built out.
For
But
sure.
maybe kind of speaking about kind of the steps that you've made in recent times, what kind of results have you seen? Have you seen from those, from in terms of kind of customer and business outcomes?
Sure. I mean, we've been thrilled with both Premier and Premier Support Plus. Just again, because I talk about the Premier Suite, the offerings that we have, because we also have some specific offerings within Premier targeted at certain segments, just to be able to tailor that experience for our customers. But with the Premier Suite, we've been thrilled. Our customers really value what they're getting. The results, after we launched Premier, we did have an independent group go out and do surveys and kind of compare us to the competition and other offerings that were similar. And the results were terrific. We had 91% of our customers saying that they would buy it again, right? I mean, that's a pretty high mark. And then even more than that, 88% that said, they'd be willing to recommend it, right? So, I mean, that's putting your own personal credibility on the line. If you're going to say, hey, this is great, you should buy this too. So we were super happy with that. And so, again, that's part of Premier Support Plus. But then you add some of the other elements of the plus side of it, and you get even better, right? So, from again the customer satisfaction standpoint, our Premier Support Plus customers, they wait half the amount of time to speak to an agent. They're twice as likely to have their issue solved on that first contact, and it takes about a third of the time than a standard support process in order to be back up and running again. So, I mean, those are great numbers, and it makes me feel good every day that our customers are getting that kind of experience, because that again is our #1 goal. We want our customers to be thrilled with the experience that they have with us. And of course, I'm also a business, right? I talked about the journey of building this services business, and that takes money. And, this launch has been the most successful launch we've ever had in services. We actually blew our business case out of the water in the first year. We've been out just over a year, and we almost doubled what we thought we were going to do. And that's a testament again to the value, right? Because the attach rates and the customer, the numbers just continue to climb, because as customers are trying out, they're really realizing the value and they really like it. And so that's always the proof point, right? If customers are buying it, sales will sell it. As a salesperson, they're not going to sell something they don't believe in or that they hear bad things about. That makes them look bad. These are relationship sellers, right? And so, they care about their customers and their credibility, but they're continuing to sell it, and more than they're selling it, because we are providing that top-notch service to our customers.
Yeah, there's some really actually incredible numbers within that, but I'm sure kind of your journey to achieving those numbers wasn't all smooth sailing. I don't know if this.
It
I
was
don't
all
know if
easy.
this. Exactly. But I don't know if there's any maybe challenges that you can share that you faced on that journey, which our viewers may relate to, and possibly how you overcame those challenges as well.
Oh, sure. I mean, I'd love to say it was super easy, but it's always a journey. I mean, anyone who works in this space doesn't even have to be in the same industry. Anytime you're trying to launch products and do something new, it starts with getting the buy-in of the value proposition, getting the money to invest, and saying, hey, this is something our customers need and want, and something we can make money at. So that's always the first step. Getting the team together, assembling the right people. I was super fortunate to be able to, grab some folks that I had worked with before. So, knowing that they are superstars. So we really assembled a team that we knew, were going to be able to do a great job, and they did. And the biggest hurdles really, it wasn't figuring out what to do. The team did a great job of going out and, figuring out what the value proposition should be and how we could really, make value for our customers and really thrill them. But like any company, you mentioned, internal org silos. I mean, there's organizational there, some of that because there's a lot of products put together, lots of groups that had to come to agreements and, internal financial trading money with this and that to put all this stuff together. So that's always a piece. And then the other, everybody deals with their internal systems. This is a product that exists of lots of different products and pieces. And again, not everything that sits directly in my organization, et cetera. So just being able to get our tools and systems to put that all together, because it was really important to us not only to build a product that our customers were going to be going to value and that our sales teams would value, but it was super important to make it easy. We didn't want something that was going to be difficult. And the look on our sellers' faces when we're like, it's one SKU. You get all of that and you literally can just attach and go. It's that easy, right? So, you need to make it easy for them to sell and for our customers to purchase. And to do that with such a complicated product was probably the biggest hurdle. And again, you talked about the ability for Lenovo to accomplish these types of things. And one of the things that is terrific about, I mean, I'd like to just speak about my org, but just the company in general is that customer focus and that, getting everybody aligned to that one vision and goal. And so we had everybody behind us, and they figured it out and solved the challenges, and, the results show. So it's a really great success story.
Mm. Yeah, I think there's some really great lessons within that in that as well in terms of not kind of just settling for the kind of the systems that you have now, but to kind of create the ideal workflow and then build around that too. That kind of brings in a whole new topic of composability, which I won't drag us drag us
Yeah, well,
into
and it's
today.
where things are going. And so, I mean, we've
Yeah.
set this is one of the groundwork that we're using, now for other things that we're bringing to life as well. They trudged a lot of new ground, but just like I talked about, bringing AI in, right? We knew that was something that's coming and something that we need to do. And so, we took that opportunity to say, we got to do it. Let's do it. Let's do it now, right? We can do this. And like I said, similar to the AI, both in I should also mention, we have AI in the product, but we also implemented it in our call centers as well, right? As part of this process. So, our engineers that answer the phone, they have, help in doing some of their mundane tasks so that they can spend more time talking to customers, and they also get, intelligence from, again, our internal knowledge, et cetera, to be able to service our customers better. So, I mean, these were all things as we went through this process. We knew we were going to need AI. We knew we were going to need these internal transaction abilities and the way to sell to our customers. And so we're like, we're going to do it. And that's what we did with this product.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's lots more that I can definitely probe into there in terms of, especially if there's some of those AI use cases that you're building into your contact center. That's very interesting. But I think maybe the best question for me to kind of close this interview on would be kind of if there's any advice that you'd really like to share with your fellow kind of customer experience leaders in building out their kind of overall customer support proposition.
Sure. I mean, I don't know if I have anything that's rocket science. I think I keep it pretty simple, which I think is maybe something in itself. But really, it's a couple of items. I mean, one, customer, 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 right? So never lose sight, despite the internal systems, things you might face or hurdles or issues, like never lose sight. Don't compromise what you're trying to put out in the market because of these things. Like you can find a solution. Don't give up on that. So sometimes I think you can get kind of swayed off path because, we all live in the daily execution of trying to get things done, but never lose that customer focus and make sure that that's always the number one priority. You're thinking about that customer and of course the sales team as well, right? They're the ones that, I feel like my job is to make them successful, right? Build the products that, customers have value. I mean, really, I don't build products, I make sales successful, right? So you have to make it easy for them and always focus on, the sales teams and the customer. I think the second piece of that is, I talked about the team, and that is something that's super important to me. I feel like we're a services organization. We have a customer culture. I kind of feel the same way about my team. They're my customer, and my job is to make them successful as well. So if I build a team of really good people that are talented, they need to be enabled to do their job. They need to be supported. They need to feel like they're valued and they can do the job and the best job they want to do. Because I mean, that's exciting. If you're valued, if you can do a job you can feel good about, then it makes you perform well and want to come to work every day. And so that's something that I really think about. My team is my customer. I'm really here not to tell them what to do because lots and lots of minds are way better than mine. My job is to enable them to be successful, and I can't say enough about the team. There's so many people from the frontline engineers that are talking to the customers, the software development team, the product manager and project manager and his whole team of people in delivery and finance and IT and all the people that had to work together to make this happen. And then our marketing and go-to-market, programs people that got out with the sales teams, the salespeople that sell it every day. I mean, this has been a wildly successful product, not just because our customers value it, but because we've enabled the team to do a really good job. And so, those two focus, don't forget the customer and sales first and foremost, and then just make sure your team has what they need and support them.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's those kind of three kind of big focuses on the customer, the employee, and the business, kind of working them into every decision that you make. I think yeah, I think that that's always kind of almost a sign of a successful service initiative. But yeah, again, other areas that we can dive into there, I'm sure. But I think it was a really great overview, and it sounds like you're doing some really great things at Lenovo. So thanks very much for joining me today, Rebecca.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. I mean, I can talk all day about Lenovo services. I think it's a super exciting journey that we've been on and what we've been able to do for our customers. So I appreciate the time to share some of our story.
Yeah, absolutely, and some really great innovation as well, actually within the service operation as well. So yeah, really great to hear about. So thank you again, and also thank you to everybody for watching. Bye for now.
Thank you.